Welcome to Griffith Foods' 2025 Food and Flavor Outlook webinar. Driven by the insights and innovations of FlavorIQ, our program delves into the future of the culinary world. This annual series is based on a wealth of insights from our global network of chefs and consumer insight experts, validated by our market research partners. Discover new products, menu items, and flavor delivery solutions, and stay inspired by the latest culinary themes. Today we're talking about our 2025 culinary theme, Asian Fusion Fare. Ingredients and cooking techniques from across Asia are transcending borders and finding new life in fusion-style foods and beverages. The latest innovations bring unexpected flavors to popular formats, giving consumers a taste of something new while simultaneously satisfying their cravings. In this webinar, we'll hear from our corporate chef, Gideon Yim, on how he's incorporating Asian fusion fare into creative recipes. And then we'll hear from our expert partners, Rachel N. Johnson from Mintel and Mike Hughes from FMCG Gurus, to learn more about the consumer insights behind this inspiring culinary theme. Thank you for joining us on our journey of creating better together through our food and flavor outlook. To start, Chef Gideon will walk us through his connection with Asian fusion fare and share his culinary interpretation of the theme.
Hi, I'm Gideon Yim, corporate chef at Griffith Foods, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Asian fusion, part of our 2025 Food and Flavor Outlook. This culinary theme resonates with me because it really represents who I am. Being Korean American, Asian fusion represents the Korean flavors I grew up with, mixed with the flavors I grew to love in Chicago. The dish I will be creating today is a Kimchi Bolognese. I have taken a classic Bolognese sauce recipe and blended it with the spicy, funky flavors of kimchi, gochujang, and fish sauce, featuring a Griffith Foods gochujang sauce. One of my favorite dishes I used to get after working night shifts was a big bowl of Bolognese fries. I often thought about how well Korean flavors would work with Italian food, especially this Bolognese sauce, and the idea for Kimchi Bolognese was born. When I think about cooking Korean food, I often don't think about a specific ingredient. I actually think about scissors. Growing up, my mom used to cut everything with scissors instead of a knife because cutting kimchi was always so messy to do on a cutting board. Instead of serving this dish over pasta, I have chosen to serve it over karetak, which is a Korean rice cake with an amazing chewy texture. At Griffith Foods, we pride ourselves in highlighting global flavors. Every dish has a story. Thank you for listening to mine and learning more about Asian fusion.
Thank you, Chef Gideon, for sharing why this culinary theme resonates so well with you. Now, Rachel from Mintel will take us on a world tour highlighting applicable product launches from around the globe.
Hello, I'm Rachel Johnson, a consultant at Mintel. I'm excited to explore the world of Asian fusion fare with you, highlighting how bold flavors, innovative ingredients, and cross-cultural influences are transforming food and beverage trends across the globe. Let's start by taking a look at how Asian fusion flavors are making their mark on North American protein offerings. We're seeing bold, familiar flavors like teriyaki, Thai chili, Korean barbecue, and curry being infused into popular meat and fish products, giving consumers an exciting twist on the proteins they already know and love. What's interesting is that these brands often label these products with broad terms like Korean barbecue, but rarely highlight specific spices behind these profiles. By calling out these ingredients, there's an opportunity to add more nuance and authenticity to the flavors, helping consumers feel like they're discovering something new. A great example is Live Ocean's pineapple salsa flavored butter teriyaki salmon. This US product takes a classic teriyaki glaze and layers it with a signature pineapple salsa seasoning. Building on the protein trend, Asian fusion is not just about main dishes. It's about offering versatile, protein-packed options that let consumers build bold, flavorful meals, whether through ready-to-eat bites, plant-based innovations, or easy add-ons. In the plant-based space, there's Gardein spicy gochujang-style plant-based chicken wings from Canada. These vegan wings pack 37 grams of protein, sourced from peas and wheat. They come with a gochujang-style sauce pack, offering a bold, spicy, and tangy flavor profile, all without the poultry. Snack brands are also embracing Asian-inspired flavors to create both sweet and spicy options that capture consumers' attention. By using ingredients commonly found in Asian cuisine, these snacks bring a sense of adventure and indulgence to familiar formats. For a sweet treat, there's Pockets Chocolate's Black Sesame Oat Milk Chocolate-Coated Almonds. These almonds are coated in smooth oat milk chocolate, enhanced with black sesame, a popular East Asian ingredient known for its rich, nutty flavor and naturally dark hue. Asian fusion really started to take off in North American quick service and food service menus. Brands like Insomnia Cookies and California Pizza Kitchen embraced Asian-inspired flavors to give their offerings a creative twist. California Pizza Kitchen jumped on the fusion trend with their Thai chicken pizza. It was topped with a rich Thai peanut sauce, mozzarella, and fresh garnishes like bean sprouts and cilantro, showing just how well Asian flavors can elevate classic pizza. In Central and South America, Asian fusion found its way into protein-based dishes, blending bold flavors like curry and teriyaki into familiar favorites. In Brazil, Live Up introduced shrimp with coconut milk and curry, a preservative-free option that highlighted rich, comforting flavors with a touch of Asian influence. It came in a BPA-free pack, emphasizing both convenience and sustainability. Asian-inspired ingredients brought a fresh spin to protein drinks and foods in Central and South America. Citrus fruits, berries, teas, and herbal elements like mandarin, goji berry, matcha, and aloe vera added unique flavor twists to familiar products. Drinkable yogurts, in particular, saw a wave of innovation. In Guatemala, Oikos introduced a Greek-style mandarin and mango drinking yogurt, blending creamy texture with bright, refreshing flavors. Made with fresh milk and natural ferments, it provided both taste and protein. In Central and South America, Asian fusion brought bold, vibrant flavors to the snack aisle, with Thai and Japanese influences adding a spicy and savory edge to familiar products. Peru introduced Lay's chicken teriyaki flavored chips, combining the sweet and savory taste of honey chicken with a hint of soy sauce. And in Brazil, Elma Chips offered a wasabi peanut snack with cassava starch shell, delivering a spicy, umami-packed bite. In Central and South America, Brazilian-Korean fusion cuisine is gaining momentum thanks to chefs like Irene Yu. Drawing from her Korean heritage and experiences in Brazil, she creates bold cross-cultural dishes that blend familiar elements from both culinary traditions. One standout is the pastel de kimchi and kaiju minas, a Brazilian fried thin crust pie paired with a mango gochujang hot sauce, combining crispy, spicy, and savory flavors. In Europe, Asian flavors are making their mark on everyday proteins, adding a unique twist to familiar favorites like cheese, hot dogs, burgers, and patties. In the UK, Sainsbury's Taste the Difference line featured slow-cooked Japanese-style pork belly, marinated in a sashimi-style rub with a honey and sake glaze, bringing bold, savory, sweet flavors to a classic cut of meat. Asian-style sauces are transforming proteins across Europe, adding bold flavors and exciting fusion elements to everyday dishes. These sauces bring a dynamic, global twist to familiar meals, enhancing the taste of meats and seafood. In Germany, Andre's Fish and Friends offered crispy breaded anchovies with Asian-style sauce, featuring breaded, fried anchovies coated in a 25% spicy Asian-style tomato-based sauce, combining crispy texture with bold, tangy heat. In Europe, Asian-inspired seasonings are making potato and nut snacks bolder, with flavors ranging from spicy to savory meat-inspired options. By drawing on international flavor profiles, unique meats, and cooking methods, these products are elevating everyday snack experiences. In Spain, Viteja's Japanese-style wasabi-flavored Crispies feature peanuts coated in a spicy and crispy wasabi coating, offering a punch of heat and crunch in every bite. And in the UK, Asda's rich-cut Thai beef-flavored crisps brought Thai-inspired flavors like lemongrass and coconut to ridge potato chips. In Europe, high-end restaurants are blending European and Asian flavors, creating unique dishes that highlight both innovation and precision. One example is the Ledbury, a 3 Michelin-starred restaurant in Notting Hill known for its seasonal produce and refined techniques. A popular dish on its menu is the wild Cornish bass, which is cooked over embers and brushed with a toasted kelp brown butter and seasoned with yuzu zest, combining delicate seafood with bold, umami-packed flavors. Korean and Chinese-inspired flavors are making waves in India and the UAE, offering bold, savory, and spicy taste experiences that are becoming favorites in local cuisine. In India, Szechuan-flavored paneer fused with the bold, spicy flavors of Szechuan cuisine with paneer, a firm, non-melting Indian cheese, creating a unique twist on a traditional ingredient. In India and the UAE, protein products are increasingly incorporating Thai and Southeast Asian flavors, allowing consumers to indulge in fusion foods at home. While the product options in these regions are still growing, there's a significant opportunity to infuse Asian spices and flavors into the category. The Americana quality Super Mutton Shish Kebab in the UAE blends Middle Eastern and Southeast Asian seasoning, giving consumers the convenience of enjoying flavorful, succulent kebabs at home. Asian-inspired flavors, including those from China, Japan, and Thailand, continue to influence the snacking trends in India and the Middle East, blending traditional and innovative taste profiles. For example, India has Thai vodka Tom Yum Pop potato chips that delivers a healthier option with 50% less fat than traditional fried chips, while still capturing the bold, tangy taste of Thai Tom Yum soup. Indo-Chinese cuisine has gained significant popularity, especially among younger generations on the social media platforms like TikTok. This fusion blends the bold spices of Indian cuisine with the tangy, savory elements of Chinese dishes, creating a vibrant culinary experience that's captivated millennials and Gen Z. As we've seen throughout this presentation, Asian fusion ingredients are making their mark across the globe, blending diverse flavors and cooking techniques. Now, let's take a deeper dive into these elements across Asia-Pacific region itself. Japan taps into Korean-style gochujang for a sweet and spicy chicken, offering a perfect balance of flavors. Meanwhile, China presents sour and spicy Thai-style boneless chicken feet, a braised dish infused with bold Thai flavors and tangy spicy kicks. Asian fusion in the APAC region often draws inspiration from Japan, particularly with teriyaki flavors across various protein products. For example, in South Korea, Otogi offers teriyaki-flavored aged wild eel, and in China, there's a Japanese teriyaki pork collar that combines seasoned pork with authentic teriyaki sauce for a savory, sweet flavor. Asian fusion snacks across China, Japan, and Thailand blend global flavors with traditional techniques and local ingredients. China's market includes fruit and vegetable-flavored cod sausage that uses Japanese and Korean techniques combined with Chinese-style seasoning. Fast food chains across the Asia-Pacific region blend their Western roots with local cuisines, creating exclusive fusion offerings tailored to regional tastes. For example, KFC in China embraces Chinese culinary influences by offering congee, Chinese-style chicken wraps, and spicy Szechuan-flavored dishes, a fusion approach that has cemented its popularity in the region.
Thanks, Rachel, for walking us through those global product launches. Finally, Mike from FMCG Gurus will explore consumer demand for new and unusual flavors, in addition to novel flavor pairings such as Asian fusion.
Hi there. My name is Mike Hughes, and I am Head of Research and Insights at FMCG Gurus. Today's presentation is entitled Asian Fusion Fare. We're going to look at the extent that consumers like new and unusual flavors and why this is. Now, in 2024, FMCG Gurus asked consumers what types of flavors are more influential on food and drink choice. The research showed that overall consumers have a preference for traditional flavors that they know and trust. This is not surprising, given that consumption occasions can often be driven by routine and inertia, and that in an era of uncertainty, consumers want flavors that remind them of the past and simpler times, driving demand for comfort and simplistic flavors. Nevertheless, we see that 13% of consumers say that they're more influenced by new and unusual flavors when purchasing products, with this figure slightly more skewed towards the APAC and IMEA regions. This shows that there's a small proportion of consumers who deem themselves to be genuinely experimental and place greater levels of emphasis on seeking out products that offer a new experience. Around 60% of consumers say that they like new and unusual and exotic flavors. I mean, it's important to highlight that whilst there's a core consumer group of those regularly seeking out new and experimental flavors, these flavors in general do appeal to a wider proportion of consumers, both old and young, be it consumers who may drive themselves driven by self-expression, or consumers simply looking to find hottest flavors to compensate for deteriorating taste buds. Now, when consumers were asked about in which product sectors they were more likely to seek out unusual flavors, consumers said that they were more likely to do so when it came to food compared to beverages. Moreover, consumers were more likely to say that they sought out these new flavors as a special occasion as opposed to when it comes to everyday eating and drinking occasions. Again, this highlights how new and unusual flavors tend to be more experience orientated. Consumers will also tend to prefer unusual flavors in food because of a wider process of cooking, where consumers are able to demonstrate their good taste and sophistication in the kitchen, which is something of a social skill for many consumers. It also shows that the greater focus on experience means that consumers will be less price sensitive and more willing to trade up when seeking out these products. Now, we also know that food serves as a vehicle for new flavor regions across all regions, with a stronger emphasis in North America and APAC. Again, the research shows that consumers are more likely to seek out new and exotic flavors when it comes to food and drink. And across all those regions, we saw that higher in North America, followed by Europe and CASA. These consumers will be exposed to more products than ever before. They'll also be more exposed to global cuisine for various reasons, be it global holidaying patterns, the influence of immigration, and also exposure to new recipes via traveling and social media. FMCG Gurus ask consumers, what do they define as a new and unusual exotic flavor? The research showed that overall consumers are more likely to associate unusual and exotic flavors from those around the world. More often, consumers don't just want flavors from a specific country, they want flavors from a specific region within that country, something that can add to the story behind the flavor, which will enhance the overall experience, either whether they're consuming for themselves or cooking for others. However, we also showed that 37% of consumers associate new and exotic flavors with novel food pairings. Now, FMCG Gurus also ask consumers, why do you like new and unusual exotic flavors? The research showed that some of the top answers included, I like to try new flavors from around the world. I like to try new flavors from specific regions from countries around the world, which again, it highlights the importance of provenance. And also consumers deem themselves adventurous when it comes to trying new flavors. Now, the desire for a culinary adventure through trying new flavors is more prominent in CASA and APAC. In contrast, curiosity and a break from the norm are stronger drivers in North America and Europe. And it shows that some of those attitudes as to why these new and exotic flavors appeal can vary across the regions, meaning it's important that brands look to emphasize these need states through the positioning of products. So just to highlight there, we know that consumers are adventurous and experimental. We know that there's a number of consumption occasions that tend to be more experience orientated when consumers like new and novel flavors. We know that consumers like to try flavors from around the globe with a particular focus on provenance. And we also know that consumers like the story behind the products they purchase. We know that consumers have a strong preference towards Asian food and flavors. And we also know that they like novel flavor pairings, which is something that creates the opportunity to combine fusion fare within the Asian food and drink market. If brands are going to continue to capitalize on this, more can be done to enhance the emotive aspects of this, linking these flavors to experience, good taste and sophistication, and self-expression.
Thank you to all our wonderful experts who helped us tell the story of Asian Fusion Fare. We hope this content has inspired you and provided the insights needed to create exciting, consumer-centric menus and food product solutions. Hungry for more? Connect with your Griffith Foods representative and follow us on LinkedIn at Griffith Foods to stay inspired and find more information on our culinary themes. Through our 2025 Food and Flavor Outlook, let's work together to explore globally relevant culinary themes to craft compelling stories and uncover new business opportunities.